Welcome to Empower Her Radio, the podcast for healthcare moms who want to break free from limiting beliefs, build unshakable confidence, and step into the truest expression of themselves, both personally and professionally. I'm your host, Corey Wynn. I'm a wife, a mom, a doctor of physical therapy, and a peak performance strategist. Working with highly motivated women to transform their lives and inspire those around them is what truly lights my soul on fire. Each episode, whether it's a solo session filled with actionable strategies or an inspiring interview with a woman who has overcome significant obstacles, is designed to leave you feeling worthy and confident in the value you have to offer everyone around you. I hope you walk away empowered and ready to take that next step to lead your life on purpose. Now, let's dive into today's show. Hey guys, I wanted to pop in real quick with a special offer today. Everything that I do here at Empower Her Radio and in my private coaching practice, Elevate and Empower, is to empower and equip women, specifically moms, with everything that they could possibly need to live their dream life. So I want to give you my dream life blueprint today that can help you get started with that. Just head to corywynn.com/dreamlifeblueprint and you can find that in the show notes. All right, now back to today's show. You don't belong here. Who do you think you are in this room full of really successful people? Who do you think you are? You may have heard that from colleagues or family or friends. And you step back and you start to believe it. I don't belong here. I'm not worthy of being in this room with all these people. Who am I to think that I could write a book? Who am I to think that I'm worthy of sitting at a table with these incredibly successful people? You may tell yourself that every day. Imposter syndrome is a behavioral health phenomenon described as self-doubt of intellect, skills, or accomplishments among high-achieving individuals. This is something that is incredibly rampant among high-achieving women. I see it in my practice. I see it with my peers and my colleagues. And what sets this apart from regular self-doubt is that we cannot internalize our success and subsequently experience significant feelings of self-doubt, anxiety, depression, or fear of being exposed as a fraud, despite all of the evidence around us showing us that we aren't. When I heard the term imposter syndrome for the first time about 3 or 4 years ago at a conference, I thought, that's it. That is how I have felt so much of my life. What if people found out what they see on the outside isn't actually true? What would they say? What would I do? I would be destroyed forever and I would have to quit whatever it was I was doing. I was chatting back and forth with another colleague several weeks ago about imposter syndrome, and we were talking about how we both had recently started a podcast. We were embarking on new and different careers, and how we felt like we weren't worthy of being in this space. And I'm telling you that being completely vulnerable because you need to hear it. I remember hearing imposter syndrome for the first time, thinking, I'm not alone. There's somebody else out there who is clearly very successful in life, in sales, in their career, and they think they're a fraud? Well, who am I? Clearly, after that, I must still be a fraud. I couldn't possibly be as successful as I think that I am. As women, we can get stuck in this spinning world of who am I to be good enough for that? Who do I think I am to be able to go for that promotion or that um, relationship or take a leap and leave the career that I thought I always would have? And if we do follow our hearts, did we make the wrong decision? We second guess everything that we do every minute of every day. And most often, this happens with women who have PhDs, MDs, law degrees, are crushing it in their relationships and they're both professionally and personally, and are very successful. These are not women who sit on the couch every day and play victim and wonder why the world has happened to them. These are people who are crushing it and are editors in chiefs of scientific magazines, are engineers, are stay at home moms who are managing all the things, and their home is running like well oiled machinery. And yet we still doubt, am I good enough? Did I do enough today? Is that deal going to go through, or is it going to fall through because of something I did? And, you know, you could look back and think, on the one hand, oh my gosh, how selfish is this train of thought? Because I don't rule the world, I don't make all the things go. But if you live in this space of imposter syndrome, you hold so tightly to everything around you, because if you're in control and you keep all of the plates spinning and you make sure all the things are happening, then you know that they're done. I see this so often too with my clients and their inability to ask for and receive help. Because again, who would they be if they needed help? Who would they disappoint? Either themselves, their spouse, some they out there that's been made up, if they can't keep it all together, whatever that means. And I want to challenge you today to sit back and think about how you think about yourself and what thoughts immediately come to mind when you think of asking for that promotion or leaving your career and following that dream that you've always wanted to? What comes up immediately? For me, I woke up several weeks ago in the middle of the night, maybe 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, and had all of these incredible ideas flowing through me about a book that I was going to write. And for one, if you guys know me, I struggled, or maybe not struggled. English literature and writing was a challenge for me growing up. I was always a math science kid, excelled in math and science until organic chemistry, let's be honest. And I had this download, you're going to write a book and it's going to have this in it and this in it and this in it, and all these beautiful ideas are flowing at 3 o'clock in the morning, because that's a time to be awake. And I laid there and I thought, oh, I hope I remember that. I hope I remember that, because somewhere my journal disappeared and is no longer next to my bed with my little pen for things like this that happen in the middle of the night. And I fell back asleep and I woke back up maybe an hour later. Who the hell are you to think that she can write a book? Who would read it? How would you publish it? You don't know any publishers. No one's going to take you seriously. And all of the self doubt and all of the limiting beliefs came crashing down. And I fell back asleep. And I woke up again and I thought, not today. Not today. We're going to write all these ideas down If they become a book one day, awesome. If they don't, okay. But right now, today, you have these beautiful ideas that someone needs to hear in some way, shape, or form. And I hope that learning about imposter syndrome can help you look around at yourself, at your friends and family, and see who is building you up. And that person might be you some days, and who is tearing you down. That person may also be you some days. Because until we can plant the seeds that are going to grow, we can water them, surrounding ourselves with people who are building us up and challenging us and giving us new ideas and wanting to partner with us on things. And then water those seeds and go through more personal development and do the best that you can to show up the best that you can each day. And then wait. I hate waiting. This is the entire message that was in church today. And I hate waiting. And our pastor was absolutely hysterical because he said, this is part of life. This is part of seeing things come to fruition. He said, but how many of us like to wait? Don't you just walk into the waiting room at the doctor's office and go, I want to wait longer today? Absolutely not. I am a go, 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 happen immediately, immediate gratification person. I was never a great saver growing up because I wanted that thing right now. And I'm telling you all of this because changing this way of thinking, confronting imposter syndrome, may be one of the most difficult things that you do, but the most fruitful for your future. Being able to sit back and be still and not let your mind spin about all of the things that it could be worrying about, and be still in the moment and relax. And if you believe this way, have the faith that that thing is going to happen in due time. You can be still. You can know that the waiting is part of the process. And with some of my teachings with Elise Archer, she talks a lot about the law of gestation. And I won't go into all the technical details of this, but if you're a gardener like me, you plant seeds and you water them, and you don't go out there every day and pull them out of the ground and see if they're growing. What would happen? They wouldn't grow. And if we can sit back and wake up every morning and water our garden and go out there with hope and faith to see and excitement. Ooh, what's going to be out there today? Are the zinnias up? Have the carrots started growing? Um, if you're from the South like me, tomatoes are one of my most favorite thing. Are the tomato blossoms on the tomato plants yet? And the more that we can sit and be still and remind ourselves constantly, every minute of every day, of our worth, of our value, and surround ourselves with people who also recognize our worth and our value, we can calm our nervous systems down and say, we can be still. I am okay in this moment. I am not a fraud. I show up. I do the things that I say that I'm going to do with integrity. I'm a loyal and kind friend. I have expertise in all areas of my profession. And I'm a good person. Not many women will feel like that each day. A lot of us high performing women go and push and do all the things and come home every day and go, did I do enough? Was I enough? Are they going to think less of me because I didn't get this, that, or the other thing done? And if you can sit back and truly value yourself and your self-worth and recognize who you are as authentically you in this moment, you are miles ahead of everyone else around you. Imposter syndrome is something that you can get a hold of. You can get over and get through it. It requires stopping that thought immediately as it comes when you wonder, who the hell am I to do this? And you can turn it around and say, why not me? Why not me? And why not you? Go for that gold. Go for that dream. Run that Ironman triathlon if you want to. Not me, by the way. That won't ever happen. Not because I'm not capable, but I have no desire. But let's not get off into the weeds. I hope that if you're hearing imposter syndrome for the first time, that you now have something to name that feeling that you've had for so long. Because once you can name it, you can deal with it and you can move on. And I am so incredibly thankful for my colleagues that I've had this conversation with, as well as the woman who I heard up on stage so many years ago talk about this for the very first time, because it was incredibly freeing to finally know that there was something to what I was feeling and that there was something I could do about it. So take this today, recognize your imposter syndrome if you have it, and move forward in the direction of getting through it, because you are worthy, you are valuable to those around you, and your people are out there who need whatever your expertise is. And I used to think so many years ago that I needed to be an expert in this, and I needed to be an expert in that, and I needed to be in this space and that space and do all the things. You can't be an expert in everything. You're just a generalist. There's no way. So take your skills as a gardener, as a nurse, as a mom, as a wife. Insert your career, your personal dreams, your hobbies here, and go do and be for the women in your space. You don't have to be a multi-million-dollar coach. You don't have to be a brain surgeon. You don't have to be the head of the PTA or anything like that. Go be you, because you are needed in your space. You wouldn't have been put on this earth for any other reason. Your people are out there who need you to be you around them every day. And your people that you need are out there too. Don't settle for less. Don't settle for the emotional vampires who do nothing but leave you completely drained and then move on. Surround yourself with people who fill your cup, listen to your challenges, and help you through them. Surround yourself with people who make you better every day. Thank you for tuning in to today's show. If this episode resonated with you, I would truly appreciate a 5-star review. Your feedback is so important to me. Additionally, if today's topics have sparked a desire for more in your life and you're unsure about the next step, I have a special offer for you. I'm offering a free call to explore how my high-level coaching and strategizing can help you gain clarity on your goals, prioritize what is most important to you, and refocus on yourself in the process. Simply head over to coreyWynn.com/free call. That's www.coreyWynn.com/free call. Thanks for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you on the next episode.